Once convicted of manslaughter, but whose conviction was overturned, Carl Gargarita was back in court today to fulfill a plea agreement he signed with the Attorney General's office. Here's more.
In your own words, can you tell the court why you're here today?
I'm here today to plead guilty to manslaughter.
He had already been convicted of manslaughter in the past, and 27-year-old Carl Gargarita even appealed that conviction up in the Supreme Court, where he won his appeal. His manslaughter charge was overturned and sent back to trial court. But today, instead of moving forward with a second trial to argue that he killed Anthony Gargarita in self-defense, Gargarita pleaded guilty.
Did anyone make any promises or assurances to you that's not in this plea agreement to get you to accept it?
No.
Under the terms of the plea deal, Gargarita will plead guilty to manslaughter as a first-degree felony. In exchange, he gets a reduced sentence term of 3 to 6 years. When he was first convicted, Gargarita was sentenced to the maximum 15 years in prison. But under the plea agreement, Gargarita could get out within a few months, since he will likely get credit for time served. Gargarita was initially charged with murder in the chokehold death of Anthony Gargarita back in June 2013 at a Tumon parking lot. The two got into a fight over Gargarita's wife, a fight that ended on the ground. During his first trial, Gargarita claimed he was acting in self-defense, but the prosecution insisted Gargarita wanted Gargarita dead, so he choked him for more than 2 minutes. Although Gargarita initially survived the attack, he died a few hours later at the hospital. Had the case gone to a second trial, the prosecution would have had to once again prove that he was guilty of manslaughter.
Do you believe that the people would have been able to satisfy this burden?
Yes.
And as to the offense of manslaughter as a first-degree felony, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
The plea is therefore accepted. He is now adjudged guilty of the offense of manslaughter as a first-degree felony.
Gargarita is scheduled to be sentenced on June 14 at 3:30 p.m.